Pat, they shoot 60% from the floor and 67 from three. Can you put your finger on what was going wrong there?
It wasn't like we weren't there. I just think sometimes you run into a buzzsaw and they hit 10 threes. I was having flashbacks to Indiana 2 years ago where, everything they put up was going in. I give them a lot of credit. Very skilled, very well coached, terrific guards. Tonight was their night. There's no question about it. Anytime Penn State basketball scores 80 points, we should win the game. But you're going to run into these nights with, how it's being officiated. And, the NCAA is getting exactly what they want. They want high scoring. We had to go deep in our bench. Their big players stepped up. Casper was terrific, absolutely terrific. He was terrific last year, and he was great against Stanford. And we knew we had a tall task.
One point, respectfully disagreeing, you said it's not like you weren't there. Your defenders were a good 3 and 4 feet off their three-point shooters a good bit. It looked like you were having closeout problems on a lot of their threes.
Statistics-wise, Frazier's their best shooter with Brackney, statistic-wise. Brackney got hurt early. He made some good ones, got a quick release. Ayers came on in the second half. Casper's not known to make threes. He made 2 daggers. 2 daggers. That just kills you. Absolutely kills you.
Coach, you mentioned the foul trouble. Tim picked up his 4th midway through the second half. Can you talk about how difficult it was for him to really get it going, being subbed in and out?
We talked about this after Wagner, and that's why I didn't think we played a good 20 minutes in the second half there. Kids sit out and they lose their focus. They lose their attention to detail. And I'm not saying that's what happened to him. He's a 5th-year senior. I thought, again, I'd give them credit. They did a good job of defending our guards. They built a wall. They wouldn't let them in the paint. And when we did get in the paint, down the stretch, we missed some bunnies. It happens. It happens. It's difficult, 18 to 23-year-olds, to keep them focused on what the goal is here. Keep getting stops. Don't lose your focus and play as hard as you can till the buzzer sounds. And there was possessions where we completely lost our focus. Didn't know who we had. And that's stuff we got to work on. And we do. We work on end-game situations all the time. The bottom line is they made a ton of shots. There's no denying that.
Coach, in Bucknell's first game, they only had Brackney hit more than 1 3-pointer. So, was their success from long range something you were expecting today?
Look, this is the 5th time I've played Bucknell, or 4th time? 4th time, as a head coach. Twice at BU, now twice here. They've always got guys who can handle the ball, guys that can pass the ball, guys that can shoot the ball, and high IQ. And that's what you saw. Last year, we battle and we win in a probably a slugfest. Watching the tape, this year it would have been a foul on every play. And I think that's one of the reasons we won it tonight. You get called differently, and it's not the ref's fault. We have to adjust.
How much added frustration is there after a loss like this, knowing that you're not necessarily going to get 3 guys close to 20 points every night, score 80 points at home? How much does that add to the frustration of losing?
Obviously, I don't know if frustrated's the right word. We have to continue to get better. Once you get past our first line of veterans, as I call them, we're very young and inexperienced. And we got to the second level and somewhat of the third level. And, we were exposed. Those guys aren't ready to play. That's why I limited their minutes against Wagner. But tonight, my hand was forced. It's great preparation. We're going to play Michigan. That's what they do. We're going to play Wisconsin. That's what they do. That's why I really, I know this sounds crazy, but I like playing Bucknell. I do. He's a great coach, and I believe he gets us ready. Bucknell will get us ready for the Big Ten.
And you've talked about Tim's rust before. It seemed like there were some situations where he wasn't as crisp as maybe he would have been when he was healthy. Is that some of the things that you have seen him sort of getting back into game speed with?
Yeah, and he'll get there. He'll get there. We went through this. We work on any game situations all the time. And, we didn't execute. We turned the ball over like 3 straight times. We finally got some stops, and then we missed some bunnies, and then we turned it over 3 times, and then we missed free throws. We can't continue to miss free throws. We missed 13 last game, and now we missed too many this game.
After Ayers went after Brackney went 4 for 4 in the first half, Ayers got the hot hand in the second half. I mean, how much tougher does it make it to have more than one guy to defend out there at the three-point line?
Well, I mean, everything we do is defend and rebound. We need 5 guys on the same page. And they're not. They're not. And we need to do a better job. We drill it all the time. We've drilled it the last 2 days. Our second team did a phenomenal job the last 2 days to get us ready. And we got to do a better job.
Donovan Jack only played 2 minutes in the second half. Was that because of foul trouble or just a change of game plan?
It was foul trouble that kind of dictated it. But once they went on their run, we started playing smaller so I could switch on to Casper. So I had a Ross Travis onto him. We played 5 guards at one point just to be able to keep them in front of us and keep them out of the paint. I mean, that was the real reason.
There was the run after Tim's 4th foul, where I think they scored 12 points in close to 2 minutes. You talked about areas where you guys would lose focus or not be on the same page? Was that maybe some personnel issues there that not all the guys knew exactly were on the same page as everyone else?
Again, we have to do a better job in practice of drilling it, which we're trying. We're doing. They're freshmen, and you have a 5th-year senior out there. So we all got to get on the same page and continue to get better, and that's got to be the way we got to approach tomorrow. When we get up tomorrow, it's a new day. We got to win that day. We got to come to practice. We got to get better at defending and rebounding. We got to do a better job of guarding ball screens. I mean, it just absolutely killed us.
Coach, you still managed to get 17 points each from Taylor and Travis. What do you have to say with the way they played on offense?
Offensively, they were great. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about our offense. I'm worried about our defense. I mean, in second half of Wagner, we gave up 42 points. Tonight, we give up 54. We got to make some major adjustments to how officials are calling it and how we got to get in front of people. And we got to do a better job of stopping people well before they get to the rim. It's really almost that simple. But good coaches, and we tried to do the same thing. We wanted to get downhill. We wanted to get them in foul trouble. But they got to go downhill with the mentality, I'm going to score. And then when the solutions open up, make the solution or take the solution.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Is that about what you expect in terms of how the refs are going to call the games from here moving forward?
They didn't call like that in Wagner. But we as a staff and a head coach, we have to understand in timeouts, media timeouts, I was telling them, they're calling it extremely close. Back up a little bit. Turn, sprint, chest. The little things that we've worked on for months now. Go ahead.
If I can follow it, is that hard when it's inconsistent from game to game?
Again, I'm the head coach. I got to make the adjustments. The players got to adjust. If they don't adjust, this is the outcome that you're going to see. Thanks, guys.